Movie night with JL Media is back. Hamilton Goodrich Quality Theaters is where we're doing it. It's movie night with JL Media, Hamilton 16 IMAX. Miss Mandy.
Hey, hey.
We're doing Spider-Man tonight, darling.
We are doing Spider-Man at the best theater in town.
Now, I've heard a lot about this already, and it seems like an amazing flick.
I've heard a lot about it, too. There's a lot of people that are pumped up to see this movie. I'm pumped to see this movie. So I'm just excited that, Mr. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back for his Iron Man appearance.
At least we're not talking about Ben Affleck tonight.
We're not talking about Ben Affleck, but we are going to talk about
I know
Mr.
some other
Handsome.
people who are excited about tonight.
Me too.
Mr. Jason Haney over at Habitat for Humanity of Hamilton County, one of our many sponsors here.
Our favorite place in town. I love going there.
The Restore. They've got a lot going on over there, doing some very cool
They
stuff.
do. They're expanding. They're growing every day. They have so many awesome things.
I don't even know how they can call it a sale when they have things going on, because everything's
already discounted.
It's so inexpensive there, and it's great quality, and we love these guys. They came on with us this year, and we love them.
Yeah, it's like discounts on top of discounts over there. I love it.
And of course, to Mr. Jamie Jackson over at Sam Ash Music Center in Castleton, sponsors of not only JL Media today, but our beautiful and popular Sam Ash Listening Center.
Yeah, we love Jamie. And congratulations to him, by the way, because he's recently engaged to our favorite Heather.
Not our favorite Heather. We got a Heather sitting
we got
right
our
here.
other Heather, too.
The other
our other favorite Heather.
Jamie, congratulations, buddy.
Yep.
You just bust Heather out right there, right?
Sorry.
All right, now we're getting your butt off the mic. We got to bring the professionals in. Mr. Mitch Ross of Goodrich Quality Theater. See how I just kick her off the mic when she makes a mistake like that, Heather?
I'm bleeding.
We have several favorite Heathers, and Mandy just got demoted right here on this one.
I'm done. I quit.
Mr. Mitch Ross, how are you, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. Mitch Ross is the general manager of Hamilton 16 IMAX. But we got a full panel we need to introduce.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's start down at the end. One of our favorite Heathers, Miss Heather Woods of Into the Woods by Heather.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, darling?
I'm hanging in there.
Just hanging in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
It's good to have you here, Heather.
Thank you, Mitch.
We miss you when you're gone.
I miss you guys.
From KAB, we have Kevin. Hey, brother.
How we doing?
Smith, right?
Miller.
Who is Kevin Smith?
I don't know. Kevin Smith.
The movie guy. The movie guy.
Kevin,
Mallrats.
That is that guy.
It's his alias.
Mallrats.
That is. All right.
Jay
all
and
right.
Silent Bob Strike Back.
And then we've got my favorite Jared.
What's happening, Johnny?
Jared Heiner. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
You've got a big event coming up.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about that in just a minute.
Okay.
Speaking of loving to talk, Chris Reed, also known as Captain Selfie, is in the house. Hey, brother.
Hey, it's so good to be here, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's jump right into Homecoming, Mitch. It was a good night last night?
Yeah, it was great. Great crowd. Everybody had a lot of fun. This is a great movie. So Marvel knocks it out of the park again. You could definitely tell Marvel has had a positive influence on the makers of this film because it has all of those qualities that the Spider-Man movies before were kind of missing. So
yeah,
we're super excited to be showing it. And we're going to have Spider-Man out here taking pictures with folks this weekend, so it should be a good time.
Well, they're out here. And Wonder Woman.
True.
Have you seen the picture yet? Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
And what do you think?
It's amazing. I think people, if Baby Driver hadn't come out last week, I think people would say this was the best movie of the summer for sure. But now I think it's like almost a tie.
Right.
But it's amazing. It's really, really good. Michael Keaton just chews up the scenery, and I don't want to reveal anything about the movie, but I will say it is not like the other Spider-Man movies that have come before it,
right?
But in a good way. Like I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, especially 1 and 2, and this takes a lot of the joy of being Spider-Man, but puts it through the lens of a real teenager, not a 25-year-old playing a kid, but a real kid. And so, I don't, depending on how old people are at the table, growing up, Spider-Man was a teenager. And then in the 90s, he was like 25 and got married.
Yeah.
Had to pay taxes. So, this Spider-Man is cool. He's a lot of fun. They don't spend any time on the origin story, which I think is okay to say.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's awesome. So
we've seen the story. We know what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And Marisa Tomei's in it. And you know how I feel about Marisa Tomei, John.
I do.
I think she's the finest actress to ever walk the earth.
Marisa Tomei and pudding.
Yes. She's 5 cups of pudding.
I don't know that one, but
yes, we'll have to bring you into that.
We have the occasional pudding rating.
Pudding? Chocolate pudding, or
we estimate an actor's value based on whether or not we would watch them eat pudding in a movie, and nothing else. And
I would like to redo her wardrobe though, just slightly from watching this movie though. Those mom pants need to go.
Yeah,
just saying.
Not super flattering, but it is. I don't. Again, I want to talk about the movie, really talk about it, but I can't right now. She's amazing in it.
Our own Captain Selfie here saw it this afternoon, here in
I just
theater.
saw it, and I have to say, I've seen every Spider-Man movie there is. I watched all the cartoons growing up, like the live motions and stuff, and actually watched all of the television shows that they had back in the 70s. And this is my favorite. You were right. You nailed it. But I think that they were going this direction with the movie before. And they didn't cast it young enough. And I think they got the right guy for the job because he's going to be able to do this for at least 7 to 10 years before he'll start to graduate into the character that you want him to be.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the things that they stayed away from in this movie, which I really appreciated, was Spider-Man is Marvel's lightest character in terms of his behavior. Not in terms of his backstory. He's horrifying. But his behavior is he's the wisecracking, fun, hero of the people. And they really stuck with that and didn't try to drag him down in emo land, which was nice.
Yeah.
Some of the times in the other movies, I was like, this kid just needs to dye his hair black, paint his fingernails black, tell everyone he's sad and he's handsome, and then move on with his life. I don't know.
Kevin, have you seen the movie yet?
I have not seen the movie.
Oh, that's right. You're doing it tonight. We've already talked about that. Yeah, you're doing it after the show tonight. You a big Spider-Man fan?
Not Superman.
Forgot who we were talking about. Yeah?
We love us some Spider-Man.
Have you seen them all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What are you looking for tonight in this? I know you've seen trailers.
Yeah. I'm excited. I just want to sit back and watch the movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, tell us about KAB while we've got you on the mic.
While we're here, KAB
there we go. Look at the mic.
Insurance restoration company. So we're here to handle your storm damage, your blown off shingles, damaged siding, gutters, roofing.
The hell damage you're getting today.
The hell damage you got today.
How long you been in business?
We opened up in 2012.
2012. So you've been doing it a minute.
Did
you open it yourself, or is it a family thing?
Nope. It is a family thing. It's me and my 2 executives. They're here with me today. All family. I did it all myself. We're local, right here in the Lawrence, serving Central Indiana.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Gotcha. Well, since we're talking about family, Mr. Jared Heiner.
What's up, Johnny?
How you doing, brother?
Good. You?
I am, every year, at least once a year, we talk.
Yes, sir.
We talk about Cammy's Calls.
Yes, we do.
Let's talk about that right now.
All right. This year, Cammy's Calls is happening on August 18th and 19th. We got a few things going on before the cause actually takes place. So, July 18th, that's just in, 11 days? Maybe?
Yeah.
10 days? Something like that. It's a fundraiser at Fox Garden Kitchen and Ale. That's in Fortville, Indiana. So you can find us on Facebook, Cammy's Cause. That's Kammys, and Cause with a K, Kause. So we got that fundraiser going on. It's got all the food from Fox Garden. It's got the bar. We've got Keller and Cole. We've got AJ Sandlin and Levi Driscoll playing music that night for everybody. So that's on July 18th. It's a Tuesday night. Tickets are $25 for general admission and $50 for VIP.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and, before we move on, give a shout-out to Keller and Cole. They just did Brother Beercast a couple of weeks ago, and I Know the Trouble is one of my favorite songs of all times.
Fantastic song.
I
That whole
love
new
the song.
album is top to bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, that EP they dropped is so amazing.
Sure.
Proud of them.
Well,
I just want to jump in real quick and
Go
just
right
say, as having attended Cammy's Cause in the past, it is a really good time for a really good cause. And I know that a lot of people say those things, but Captain Selfie loves to have a really good time. And when I'm having a really good time, if I'm benefiting a really worthy cause, then I love to get behind that with all of my weight. So I love to say this man does a really good thing for a lot of people, and I'm really proud of what you do, so keep doing it, brother.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, let's back up and tell us about the organization itself and what it's for.
So Cammy's Cause, named after my daughter Camden, or Cammy. So Camden has a very rare chromosome disorder called 4P-. And when she was diagnosed with 4P minus, she was just about a month old. This is back in 2001. And basically they knew nothing about it. So they gave me a piece of paper that had like 3 paragraphs on it and said, this is all we know, and, make the best of it. That's about all we got. So they said that she would not do a lot of things in her life. She would never have a personality, talk, walk, feed herself. And Camden does every single one of those things and does them quite well. So she is turning 16 this year. This is our 14th year for doing Cammy's Cause. So the whole purpose of the cause and why it was created was because we found a 4P minus support group that was international. And this support group needed funding to fund research, to help other families across the globe with a child with 4P minus, and to put on biannual national conferences that happen at different places in the U.S. So their annual income was about $800 a year before we started doing Cammy's Cause. And in the 13 years that we've done it, we have raised over $340,000 for the 4P minus support group.
That's
so
awesome. That's pretty cool.
It started off first year we made $1,000, so it has definitely taken off and grown. This year we've got 27 bands, we've got food vendors, live auction, live art.
27 bands. Wow.
27 bands. There's a kids zone, there's a motorcycle ride. It's a 2-day event. It's a lot of fun. Like Chris said, he had a blast at it, and that makes me feel really, really good. I want people to have a good time, and exactly like you said, if we can benefit and help other people while having a good time, what other way to do it?
Oh,
That's
yes.
right.
So
That's for sure.
August 18th and 19th, Cammy's Cause. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, website.
So are you still taking stuff for silent auction?
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
How do they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of Cammy's Cause. Like I said, looks up on Facebook. I can give up my personal
found it
information
on-
if you wanted to.
No, what about the web? What do they go on the web?
The website is cammyscause.org. It's KAMMYSKAUSE.org. All my contact information's on there, so if you need to hit me up, you can. Thanks, Chris. And Heather, absolutely. That would be fantastic. Look at her. She already found me on Facebook.
Into the Woods by Heather. That's a perfect segue here. Tell them a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so I have an organic body product business. I make bath bombs and body scrubs and body butter.
I never get sick of hearing
Actually, I
that.
made sunscreen for this summer too, and that's been a big hit. My daughter decided to go down to the Monon and get fried with her friend. I got sun poisoning pretty bad. So my sugar scrub I used on her every night to get the dead skin off. It was awesome. So
Cool.
that worked really well. I'm finding out how my products work. So, yeah, it's been great. I've been really, really busy. I've been making products for my bed because I can't stand up very long.
Yeah.
But it works. Everybody's so patient, too, so it's really awesome.
Yes.
They must really like it.
Heather's going through a couple of surgeries, Mitch. That's why she's hanging out in her bed, for the listeners who don't know what's going on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
She doesn't just hang out in her bed. Mike won't let her do
I
that.
just hang out in my bed and make products. That's all I do. Watch TV and make product.
Movie night with JL Media right here at Hamilton 16 IMAX. The movie is Spider-Man Homecoming tonight. Mitch, you've got a crowd in here. I'm loving this. The
humans are about.
Wonder Woman and Spider-Man are over there staying busy.
Oh,
Now-
I love it. I love the little kids that stop for a second. They kind of look at him like, should I walk up to him or should I not?
I feel like Wonder Woman's getting shafted a lot in these pictures, though. It's
know,
like
she
everybody wants the
is.
Spider-Man picture.
She just pops in, though.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Well, and little kids are my daughter will be like, "Why are they here together?
Yeah.
She's DC,
Well-
he's Marvel."
So I go into the restroom before we
I'd like to
start.
understand this. Wonder Woman's still playing, right? That's the point?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the point.
There's two girls and they're talking, and the girl says, "Did you see Spider-Man?" She goes, "They're not real people. They hire them to do that." I was dying.
That's funny.
You should have had him put a web up to the ceiling and then just raise right up. That'd been great.
Yeah, I think
That'd be awesome.
I think Wonder Woman owns the business, and from what I understand, but they're very popular over there. She's been with us on a few shows. Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Loves Homecoming.
Yeah, they should. It's
Audience
good.
score of 92 and a tomato meter of 94.
You are hooked on that tomato thing now.
Well, that's what the movie people like. I don't know why. I don't-
Collider gave it a B+, and they hate everything.
Really?
I
See,
mean, yeah.
Collider I've never heard of.
That's a website I use a lot, but they've got a really good critic on there. His name's Matt Goldberg, and he's really hard on movies, and you know, especially the superhero stuff. And he gave it a B+ and really enjoyed it. But most of the critics are giving it stellar reviews, and they should, because it's a lot of fun. It's an excellent summer blockbuster joyride. It's got a big heart. It's got lots of laughs. It's got a great villain, which is something Marvel's been struggling with a little bit. And you know,
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got some real depth to him, and of course, Michael Keaton. I don't know how. Every time I see Michael Keaton in a movie, I'm like, how did he ever disappear? Like, where did Batman go for 15, 20 years?
He was great in that Birdman movie, I have to say. And this reminded me of that kind of character a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he brought a little bit of that back to the screen with this character, but
for sure. It's weird because I was thinking about Michael Keaton on my way up here tonight, and it's like he's such a good actor, and he was on such a good role in the 80s. You know, he had Gung Ho and Mr. Mom, and you know, Batman and all that stuff.
Was he Multiplicity?
yes, he was.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
I love that movie.
How could you not love that movie?
Xerox copied himself too much. That was awesome. I love the last one. That was so much fun. Yes, good stuff.
And then one day we woke up and the movie star that was Michael Keaton had like faded into obscurity. I don't know how that happens, but
I'd like to ask him because I bet you he was sitting on top of a pile of money for a couple of years.
yeah.
Because you give me $100 million for a movie, and I'm going to take a couple years off.
Nah, he's come back in a couple of things and played, serious parts for a minute. And, decent films, but no blockbusters.
Well, he was in the Other Guys as their old boss that was then managing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
He's
kept
awesome
making all
in
the
that.
TLC references the entire time.
And, of course, The Founder. I love The Founder.
Oh, my God, that was such a great movie.
Yeah. I think he played a great part. I'm not sure how historically accurate it was.
But I think it was very accurate.
That's my 2 o'clock in the morning weakness, though. And I'm leaving the bars and driving home, have to stagger through the parking lot at McDonald's, right? Who was not
Are we
sponsoring the
talking
show,
about
Mitch.
McDonald's?
Yeah. Yes, we are. And they're
I was
not
just
paying
checking.
us, so something is wrong here, right?
I'll be honest. I think if McDonald's closed tomorrow, it's possible myself or one of my family members would die.
Oh, my.
I'm not saying it's that important to us. I'm just saying it's very prevalent in our life. You know what I mean? There are a lot of children out there who would never eat meat again if there were no more chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, you're right.
You'd
I
be like,
know.
try ham, and they'd be like, no!
Well, I heard it wasn't really meat.
Yeah, it's me.
not.
That was a thing for a
Slime.
minute, and that's not
It's not a
truth
thing
today.
anymore?
No,
It's so gross.
I don't
I mean, listen,
that's not. Are we going to go there with like a whole food thing?
we were talking about
no.
this the other day, though.
Where
It's like,
we need to go is Fox Garden because the food there is phenomenal from what I heard.
Oh, it is good.
oh, have you been there, Johnny?
I've been by it and I didn't have time to stop, but everybody
You
I
should
know is
stop
starting
and
to
get
go
their
there.
That's
tenderloin.
like
Get their
top-
tenderloin.
Top
Oh,
3
tenderloin.
favorite bars in this town.
Really?
It's so good. They're not ashamed to carry a variety of whiskeys.
Yeah.
Ah.
Food is baked fresh every day. The mom of the proprietor,
It's Jane Burgess. She
Yeah.
makes her pies
she
every
makes
day.
her pies every
Yeah.
day.
They have whiskey and steak?
They have a
Whiskey.
whole bourbon bar upstairs. A bourbon lounge.
Oh, my God. Let's shut down and go now. Wait, we can't do that, can we? 45 more minutes here.
I don't know. It depends on how many people are listening.
Fox
Yeah.
Garden, we're coming to see you, though. We'll do the after party over there. What do you think?
Sounds like fun to me.
With me?
How did you
Whiskey
get turned
business?
on with Fox Garden?
I went to school with Jake. He was a few years younger than me,
Right.
but then he started up Fox Garden 2 years ago now.
He's a good
So
guy.
I had no hand in the restaurant whatsoever. Just he's a really great guy, and him and Toby, the 2 guys that run the whole thing, they're just phenomenal guys. They love Cammy's cause. They'd been to it before, so now that they were a business, they wanted to jump in and be a sponsor and host events and do as much as they could to help us out. So yeah, we're at Fox Garden quite often, and I can't get enough of the food.
Dude,
the
that
beer.
jalapeno beer cheese soup, and then they throw the mashed potatoes in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's like
What?
manna
Say
from
that
heaven.
again?
Or you
It's
get
a
peanut butter with your chili.
Oh, yeah.
It's a soup with mashed
Jalapeno beer cheese soup, and if you order it like dirty, they just take a big scoop of like garlic mashed potatoes and drop it in the middle of it. It's redonkulous.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like you get ashamed of yourself while you're eating it because you're making too much noise. Like, is this getting extra? Like, you know what I mean? Is this inappropriate? Are there children around me?
Did your mother forget to teach you that lesson?
That's right. It's so good. So good.
During the fall, they have the horseshoe burger on the menu. From fall to spring.
What's a horseshoe burger?
Man, it does not have a top on the bun, but it has like that jalapeno beer cheese smothered just over the whole thing with the French fries on it. It's, I mean, fork and a knife. You got to eat with a fork and a knife. Just open faced, and it's best burger I've ever
So
had
I
in my life.
shouldn't eat for like 2 days and then go
bring
in
some of
there
that to
and
the
eat.
I'm telling it's totally worth it. It's totally worth being hungry for.
That's funny.
It's so good.
You're welcome, Fox Garden, for all of this.
I was going to say, how did we get? Are we talking about Spider-Man?
Movie now with JL
Fair
Media.
point.
That's how I reel it back in. We always go off the rails over here. Right here with my man Mitch. We're talking about Spider-Man, Homecoming, and a lot of other things apparently, right? Kevin, tell me about KAB, brother.
How you doing? KAB, we've been doing it all 2012.
Is there anything you don't do?
Concrete. I have learned I'm not doing concrete. Don't call me. Please don't call me.
Concrete's a mess.
It's not fun.
But I'm sure you know some guys that do concrete, so you can work in conjunction with.
We can definitely help you out with your concrete.
Yeah.
Martin Stone Concept is a good buddy of mine. He can do whatever you want to do with a little bit of pudding.
I
But
love it.
if you do need help on your roofing, siding, gutters, interior remodels, anything you want to do from the foundation up, KAB Properties can definitely be the guy to help.
A little bit of everything. I like that. How far do you go out? Are you Midwest or?
I will do anything Central Indiana, up north, wherever it needs to go. If the call is there, we'll come help.
All right. I don't
That's
know.
like,
When he
that's
said,
like a bat signal almost right there.
well, when he said that, I pictured a cape on him, so I didn't know what was going on
Well,
there.
see, I was actually thinking about today when I
Can't
was
see
on
it.
a roof that I'm like Spider-Man's fat brother. Call me the tarantula.
Well, I hope you're not wearing
Nice.
tights when you do this stuff.
Hey, what I do at night is what I do at night.
And now we reel it back in once again. Speaking of having crazy nights, Captain Selfie,
Yes, sir.
tell us about your promotions, brother.
Well, Captain Selfie Promotion is a events management company and creation company that does events and promotions for brands, bars, restaurants, and bands. Kind of rolls off your tongue the way you say it like that. And so we just help get the word out about things. We've got a great following on the north side of Indianapolis in the 30 to 55-year-old demographic, so to speak. And we like to have fun, and we like to make sure people are having fun.
I'm in that demographic, Mitch.
If you say so.
I am right in that demographic. I promise you that. And that's not it, though. There's more than just promotions with Captain Selfie.
Yeah. I don't
Might as well throw it out there, brother.
Which one are you talking about?
Sparks.
Oh, well, we did this thing called Sparks here in Indianapolis. On the north side at Redemption Ale Works on the second Wednesday of each month, we do a TED Talk-inspired event. Features 3 time talks, 2 4-minute talks, and a 10-minute talk that are centered around inspiration and motivation and just things that make people think and grow personally and professionally. Been doing it for about 5 years now.
Mm-hmm. Now, a TED Talk, that's not like a TED Offensive, right? That's a different thing. We're
It's
not going
TED.
There we go. I didn't
Stands for Technology, Education,
I
and
didn't know
Design.
if we needed to send more troops out there or what. But how'd you start with this?
Well, I'm a networker. I like to meet people, and I got a little needed something that was kind of interesting. The content would always be varied, and it would cause people to think. And so, 5 years ago, we launched this thing. We videotaped the talks. We put them online. People can watch them back. We've got about 1,500 minutes of viewership on our website
very
each
cool.
month, and nothing like your shows, but it's just different. People come out and have a couple cocktails, a little bit of appetizer buffet, and then they watch this show while they're meeting people. It's about a half-an-hour show. And we've been, like I said, we've been doing it for about 5 years now, so it's kind of fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That's very cool.
I enjoy it. It helps me get out of my box. I'm like so introverted. I'm gonna break out in a rash for doing this right now.
I want to tell you something I'm thinking of, and then we'll get back to the show, Mitch. I apologize. I made fun of you a couple of times. We've had drinks together, and you'd order the.
Are you talking to her?
No, I'm talking to you,
okay.
Chris. You'd order.
He's
You'd
made
order
fun
a
of me
drink,
too. It's okay.
and like a vodka water or something. You bring out the little Mio and stuff
Yeah,
to flavor. And I
do.
was laughing. I was picking at you.
I drink my own Kool-Aid. It's orange.
And
It
I'll be-
matches my shirt.
I'll be
car.
dadgum if you and Sean hadn't got me on the Mio now, because I have to drink that stuff at least once a day.
You'll lose weight that way.
That's a good thing, right?
I know
And
so
you-
many vodka drinkers who have like little Mio pouches on them at all times.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised they don't have a utility belt.
I thought about bringing one in here, but then I didn't know if
I'm feeling like black cherry tonight.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Chris is the only vodka drink I know that sits right out on the table where everybody can see. He even takes pictures of it and promos it.
Oh yeah, I put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of my game.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of some of mine, though, Mitch. I'm just not that. Mitch Ross of Hamilton 69 Max is movie night with JL Media. We're doing it right here in one of our last Friday nights.
Yes, sir.
We're moving to Thursday nights
Yes,
in
sir.
September and on into 2018.
We're moving into that Cosby spot, baby.
So I'm looking. I heard the music in the back. Anybody else hear the music in the back of the head when he said Cosby? Yeah. I don't have any ugly sweaters.
Hey.
I've got all the good-looking sweaters. Pops. So we'll be able to talk about the movies that are coming out the night they come out.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know how the lobby can get any more packed, though, than on Thursday nights than it does when we're up here on Friday nights.
You know, Thursday nights are going to be busy sometimes at 7 o'clock, but I think, overall it'll be easier for people to tune in and listen on a school night than it will be on the weekend. So, the reason for doing it, I think, is pretty solid, giving more people an opportunity to check out the show and to do it kind of at their leisure rather than trying to plan around their Friday night event.
Sure, it's getting into summer. Well, we're not doing it until September, though. It's going to be an interesting change. We've been on Friday nights since we came here, so a season and a half. I'm looking forward to it. I was told not to fear change, Kevin. He just shakes his head at me on the audio show. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thursday's a prime spot. I mean, for movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the night you want.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, congrats on the promotion, Johnny.
That's what I'm looking at it as, right?
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Moving on up. Tell me about Spider-Man, Heather. I know you love Spider-Man.
I do love Spider-Man.
What's your favorite one?
I like the Tobey Maguire.
So this is what Mitch said, and I don't think he really fit to me. I mean, he always seemed like he was too old, you know?
I always think that I like the last one as well, though, with Andrew Garfield. I just thought I liked the action better. The animation of the Spider-Man in action seemed more physics correct.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but a true geek like myself. But I just thought it was more true to life, and I really loved that whole scene with what's her name, Stan Lee.
Oh yeah, sure.
When he was in the library, I thought that was awesome.
I love how he does camos in all his movies. That is, I look for him in every one of them.
Yeah, it's part of his contract.
So he's isn't he the Watcher? Is that the conspiracy theory?
That's the fan theory.
Yeah.
And supposedly Marvel confirmed it.
I saw that.
He's
too.
like an out of work watcher.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I just saw recently his wife passed.
Oh man,
Like last week.
that's sad.
90,
Wow.
92,
93. Yeah.
Wow.
Long life.
Oh yeah, and that's one of those like crazy love stories. I don't know how much longer Stan's going to be with us. It seems
Well, I was going
like.
to say he's really happy right now, or he's going to be gone pretty soon because, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, you saw the movie today, brother.
I did.
Right here at Hamilton 69
I
Max.
did.
You
It's a
saw it
great
in the
theater. I love this place. It's
Thank
one of my
you.
favorite theaters to watch a movie in Indianapolis, and I certainly go all over the place. Your IMAX screen is amazing. But today I watched it in just a regular old theater. I'm telling you what, it still was awesome. And I really loved the way your staff handled the power outage today. I thought it was really
you were
cool.
here for that?
Yeah, I was sitting in the
Oh,
theater.
man.
I'm just bringing it up, not as a stick in your back, but to say, I applaud you and your staff for what you did. The power went out for about 10 minutes, and and of course the lights came up and everything was safe, and we were all felt secure and everything, and we all of course knew what was going on because somebody came in and made an announcement, told us what was going on, told us as soon as they could bring it back up that they would. And it was so cool because when they brought it back up, we all knew that it had jumped ahead about 3 minutes to 5 minutes from where we were, and we were all yelling that they rocked it back too far and then they rocked it forward a little too far, and it was so funny, all of us in the theater giving feedback.
Oh yeah, and it's not an exact science with the projectors, which is weird. Some guy yelled at me while we were doing that. Just give us the damn remote. And I was like, you can't respond. Like, there is no remote. Like, it's just
Right.
like,
You were yelling at him.
all right.
No, it wasn't me. But I will say, I thought it
was
was really
funny.
cool walking out that they gave everybody got a 20 ounce free soda from you guys. out of respect for the loss of our time and our day, which I wouldn't have asked for, but that was really cool of you guys to go that far.
I appreciate you saying that, man.
Kudos to you
It's
guys.
a great theater, but it's Indiana weather in the summertime.
Hey, it happens.
That storm rolled through. It rolled through quick, and I think all of Hamilton County lost power. So
I was in
it was
Kroger.
not just you were in
In
Kroger
the-
when it went out.
Yeah, 116th and Oleo when it went out.
Yeah, we had some more people come up here to join us, and they are still without power. So we're doing well right here at the theater.
When I saw the weather forecast, I went, I'm going to the movies this afternoon. What a great place to be if a big storm rolls through for a good 4 or 5 hours. That was awesome.
Can I tell you guys something funny? I may have told this story before. If I have, just tell me to stop. But at least twice in my career, both times at this theater, I've had someone come out and say, "You don't have emergency generators?" And you're always like, well, no one's on life support. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say.
It's a movie.
You know, it takes like tens of thousands of watts to turn on these projectors.
And you were
know.
saying that some of them actually pause where they are.
Yeah,
They start right back
they're-
up in the same spot.
They have battery backup, so they should stop and pause when they detect a power loss. But
Well, it's technology. It doesn't
it's-
always work right.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, power outages are no fun in a movie theater. What's crazy is when it happens when, like tonight, we had an army of kids here to help. But when it happens when you have a manager and a staffer and a usher and you
You
got
got
to
all these theaters.
oh my gosh, dude, you got to go upstairs. You got everything rebooted. You got to test everything. You got to run downstairs and check everything. It's nuts. You could give yourself a heart attack on a day like that, especially if you're built like me.
Wait, is that your health care plan? Is take a power outage once in a while, such a stress test for you?
And get me into marathon shape. You're just gonna find me curled up into the fetal position somewhere.
But it worked out well. Everybody is happy and having a good time.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
just
It
to
was a
take
good
us
time.
back to the movie real quick, I want to give the non-spoiler to say every geek needs to stay through the whole credits because there's
Yeah, you were telling me
Oh,
about
agreed.
this. Go ahead
two,
with this.
There's
a lot
two,
of people jet so quick.
Yeah, I mean, and Marvel's the only one that does a post-credit scene of any kind.
Almost every movie, right?
And this one has two, one in the middle of the credits and one at the very end, and it's so worth.
And the
watching.
credits are cool too. They're like this Play-Doh claymation thing. It's a lot of fun.
They got that from Deadpool. That's where
Yeah.
they started that.
Freaking love Deadpool.
It was such a great movie.
And it was beautiful when Chris came out here after the movie. His face was lit up. He was like a 12-year-old
Oh
kid
my
at
gosh, it
Christmas
was
time.
so great. I came out of that theater. We all did. We were all.
Now I'm anxious to see it.
That's what I can't wait.
You're gonna love it. It's awesome.
I remember the same feeling in a theater was when Episode 7 came out, and I was in the very first showing of it in an IMAX theater, and the whole audience just erupted in applause when they saw that Star Wars logo up there for the first time. And it was just like that when the end of the movie came up. Everybody in the theater just started applauding. They just really loved that. The last line they gave Aunt May.
Yeah, for sure. I love the opening day with the movie. That's like one of my favorite things to experience.
And you get to experience it every week.
I do. That's probably why I still do it.
Do you have a favorite of this year thus far? A favorite opening night?
I don't know, man. It's tough. Any Marvel movie's fun, but it's hard to beat Star Wars. Like, I'm sure my favorite experience this year will be Last Jedi, because that's always a blast.
Yeah, but I can't wait.
So,
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for it.
Is there anything
myself.
coming out that you like besides that's coming up?
well, I'm looking forward to Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron. I'm looking forward to Blade Runner 2049. Big Blade Runner fan. Later this year we got Thor Ragnarok. We've got. Well, I'm really excited about War for the Planet of the Apes. And if I may segue, on July 12th we're actually showing all 3 movies in a row. So starting at 4:30, leading up to the most recent movie. And I think that might be, I was thinking about it today, that might be the best science fiction franchise out there right now. It's so good.
Those
It is
previews
good.
looked rad.
It's really good.
The
previews
evolution of
looked
Caesar.
awesome.
Yeah, and Caesar's cool.
Yeah.
Like you feel bad for him, but at the same time, like,
He's a badass.
he is. He is.
Most badass chimpanzee
Uh-huh.
I've ever seen.
That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good day.
When's the
Yeah,
new,
it's going to be awesome. $20, by the way.
Transformers?
$20 to see all 3 movies.
That's
Oh,
a great
wow.
bargain. That's a great
That's
bargain.
awesome.
Go to richqualitytheaters.com.
When's the new Transformers movie coming out again?
It's out.
Oh, it is. Shoot.
You totally
Yes.
missed that.
I totally did. Wow.
That's the last
I was
show we
asleep.
did.
It is
Yeah.
not
I was
my favorite
asleep.
movie in
Thank
the world,
you
by
for
the way.
following the show.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Hold
I'm going to tell you everything about it.
Nope.
Right?
Don't ruin it for me.
No.
I do want to see
No,
it.
I'm
but
not.
Let's talk about what else is going on at Goodrich Quality Theater. Right here in Hamilton 16 IMAX, we got a lot of things happening.
Yeah, well, let's talk about advance tickets first. We got tickets on sale for War for the Planet of the Apes. Today, I just put tickets on sale for Dunkirk, and that'll be available in IMAX and on our regular screens.
That I'm not going to miss. I look forward to that.
Oh, yeah, it looks really good. It's got a great cast, and, you know, Christopher Nolan's super reliable as a filmmaker. And he loves IMAX, man. He uses the full IMAX cameras, so there's going to be a ton of footage on our IMAX screen where it goes floor to ceiling. And anybody here see The Dark Knight in IMAX?
Yes.
Or Inception?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it here.
Okay. Well, on those films, like the first heist where you see the Joker in The Dark Knight,
right?
He shot that with IMAX cameras, man, and it's just so huge, especially on our screen. You know, there are other great IMAXs around or whatever, but it's pretty impressive when they do the full Monty on the screen. Wait. The full expanse of the screen.
So what's the Mitch? If you don't mind me asking, what's the difference between your regular theater and the IMAX? Is it just the size of the screen?
Well, IMAX uses a couple of different proprietary things. One of them is it's got a giant screen, floor to ceiling. It's 5 stories or whatever, over 70 feet wide. It's a curved screen. It uses a unique sound system. It uses a twin projection system, which most places don't do, so that your left eye and your right eye have 3D, but also in 2D it still runs 2 projectors so that you get a brighter image. And not to bore you to death, and we can show you after the show, but it's actually got a really unique system for aligning the images that nobody else really has figured out how to copy yet.
So I always wondered about that too, because I never knew either.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you knew it was bigger, but
yeah, that was all I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's it's bigger, louder, better resolution.
Is there a difference in size between that screen and the one downtown at the IMA?
The one at the museum is actually a little bit bigger than ours, but it's a different kind of theater, and it uses a different kind of 3D. So I don't want to bore you guys with the technical
Well, I just
details,
had heard that there was only like 6 theaters or 7 theaters in the whole country that were that size. Like it was special.
Yeah. I mean, I think
size isn't everything, Chris. You know this.
I know. That's what she said, though. And I keep getting humbled by it and shamed by it every day.
It is, Johnny. Sorry.
I think.
Way to go, man. You ruined my whole night. Thanks, man.
Her husband's down there sticking his chest out. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, Mitch.
It's probably best that he can't hear us right now.
Let's talk about the flashback series. You know I love this.
I have so many jokes right now. None of them are work safe.
Movie night with JL Media right here at Hamilton 16 IMAX. We're talking with my man Mitch about the flashback series here at Hamilton 16.
Flashback. All right, coming up on Flashback, Sundays and Wednesdays at 2 and 7 p.m. We've got The Sandlot this week. Then we're doing Mamma Mia, National Lampoon's Vacation, Le Original, Footloose, and then Top Gun.
Damn.
Very cool.
Wow.
That's a good
Classics.
lineup.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Sundays and Wednesdays at 2 and 7?
Yeah,
I love
absolutely. And I got to say, Top Gun was like that movie when I was 10 years old.
I heard rumors.
True?
I heard
they
rumors
true?
of another one.
Well, they're going to remake it?
No, not remake. Another one.
Another one. Like
Top
he.
Gun too.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
he
know
would
how
be
I
the
feel
instructor.
about that.
Yeah.
Top Gunnier.
Gunnier.
The toppest gun.
I was lucky enough to see my favorite movie from 1978 in a flashback series, and I loved it. And I know several people that caught Jaws here again on July 4th.
Yes.
So how'd that go over? They didn't tell me
Really
how
good.
busy it was. They just were posting pictures that they were here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the flashback shows do a decent amount of business. I'd like them to do more because I think people would have a good time. But, it's one of those things like we're still building our audience.
Sure.
But people seem to have a lot of fun with it, and we're really happy to be bringing that to the public.
Yeah.
So we're stoked about that. The other thing we're doing right now is we have free summer movies. If you have an FMG card, up to 6 admissions are free for our movie of the week. This week is Storks. That's Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Bring all the kids. Bring grandma and grandpa. Bring the whole family. Bring your FMG card or sign up for one on site. 6 admissions are free. Everything else is $1.
That's FMG. FMG.
Frequent moviegoer.
There we are.
Nice. I was sorry, I was really wondering what that meant. Thanks.
A lot of stuff going on right here. One of my favorite things is screen tabs.
Yes, sir.
I love that you have screen tabs here.
All your finest beverages on tap and in a bottle.
Adult beverages.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just beer and wine, though, right? Can I get my vodka in, or
Mitch,
you can't get my vodka?
Not yet. We
Not yet.
are looking at possibly expanding, but right now it's just beer and wine.
But it's not. So you don't have that wine-based spirits that they do at some of those places. Have you heard of that?
We've got a margarita machine that we use.
Wine
burritas.
Oh, burritas. I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be wine-based
We have
tequila.
like mango Ritas and purple Ritas and whatever.
purple Ritas.
Girly drinks.
I'm not sure what a purple Rita is, but all right.
Well, they say it's grape, but it only tastes like purple.
It's a purple drink, man.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
want that, man. It's your purple drink.
This thing's never had grapes in it in its life.
Mitch, we had a few questions here. GDX system, what is that?
Giant digital experience.
Nice.
We put in a big floating silver screen, or in this case, a really high gain screen. We got a nice screen in this auditorium. Dolby Atmos surround sound and a big projector. And it's, this side of IMAX, it's the best presentation around. You can't beat it. It's excellent.
And what people also need to know is Hamilton 16 IMAX has the D-Box.
Yes, sir. We're actually going to be swapping out our seats pretty soon and upgrading our D-Box seats a
I
little
thought
bit.
you can say you're getting rid of them.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Tell us about the D-Box for those who don't know.
D-Box is full motion seating, and basically the motion of the seat is scripted to the movie. So if something is floating around, the seat feels like it's floating. If something's driving over a bumpy road, the seat shakes. It's a lot of fun. It's an extra $8 per ticket, but it's totally worth it.
What's the D-Box stand for? I've got something in my head for it, but I don't want to say it. It's a family show, I'm sure.
Well, whatever shakes you.
It's dynamic, man. Let's go with that.
Ooh, dynamic. There's a good word.
I'm being professional over here, and you're over there with the Mio. So
Well, Mitch is bringing the D.
He's bringing the D.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the
And
D.
but
in
it costs
D-Box
an extra $8 for the D. That's all I'm saying,
sound like a bargain to me.
That's what she said.
It is movie night with JL Media right here at Hamilton 16 IMAX. Another JL Media Today production. Kevin is sitting in with us again. He's getting kind of lost over there with Spider-Man. Are you a fan?
I'm
Well, I
just
say
staring
we're
at
Spider-Man, but we're everywhere.
He's got
aren't we?
something for
Kevin, you want me to take
Spider-Man.
your picture of
He's been
Spider-Man?
checking him out all
I
night.
got my picture already with Spider-Man.
That's awesome.
Now, are you staring at Spider-Man or Wonder Woman? Because she's just out of my view.
My wife
Spider-Man's
might be
blocking the
listening,
view.
so
Yeah.
I'm talking to Spider-Man.
Well, see, my daughter's older than that, so I can't look too hard at Wonder Woman without going
Eyes
to
will
jail.
fall out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
First world problems.
I'm not going to swing at these soft pitches, folks. I'm just not going to.
Heather, how'd you get started with Into the Woods, dear?
Into the Woods. I started December 10th, and I started because I started learning more about the toxic chemicals that were in the products I was using, and were making me pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I started making my own, and with that, I started making some for people, and
Yeah.
it just kind of got bigger and bigger.
What kind of products are they? I mean, the lotion we talked about.
Yeah, we have the body butter. That's the number one thing people love.
Well, we love saying body butter, but what exactly does it do?
It softens your skin, makes
Okay.
it silky smooth.
Does it come in cinnamon honey?
It can.
Please do.
Now, how do you
Tastes good
how
on
do
an
you-
English muffin.
How does one apply the body butter?
You just put your fingers in the container, and you
Is
rub
it
on
like
your
a is it
body.
like a lather and knead?
No,
Is it a
no, that would be the scrub. That would be more of the lather and knead.
Okay, do I like
You can.
put some out like on the mattress and then just roll back and forth until
No.
I'm covered in it?
You could,
okay.
but your mattress would get really oily.
Awesome.
You would have a coconut oil infused mattress.
Can I suggest plastic sheets, Mitch? It always works for me.
Chris, I want to thank you right
Sure.
now. I'm getting texts from people, and this lady just said, "I've got $8. Can you bring the D?" So, thank you for tonight, Chris. That's all I've got to say.
I'll understand if you don't invite me back. It's okay.
How many products do you have, Heather?
Oh gosh, I have to count. So body scrub, bath bombs, body butter, bath salt, sunscreen, bug spray, tick repellent, and essential oil roller balls.
Oh, and you're, by the way, you gave me some of that anti-itch stuff.
Oh, yeah, for the bug bites.
The bug bites, yeah. And my daughter got gnawed to death by mosquitoes at 4th of July.
Did it work? Did it help her?
It did. It did. She was being super fussy, and it gave her us...
Roll this.
Yeah, just put this on yourself and shush. Stop yelling at us.
I've been getting a lot of people telling me it's working really, really well for them. And the tick repellent is safe for your animals, too, which is the ticks are bad this year.
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Really, really bad.
And all this stuff is non-toxic.
That's right.
Okay.
It's safe.
It's safe.
You don't have to worry about all the toxic crap.
Okay. And you're going to hook up with Jared, too. And
Yep, sure am.
perfect.
awesome.
Have you ever heard of Cammy's calls?
Nope.
I think every
But I will be a frequent flyer now.
I think every musician in Indianapolis is dying to play this
That's
benefit.
awesome.
It's only once a year.
Well,
Is
you
the
know,
problem
that's- you
because
know
he needs to
that-
do it. It takes him a whole year to get ready for the next year.
Right.
Or he could do it twice a year.
Right. See, that'd be
Good.
cool, too.
And it's very, very professionally put on.
I just
I
need my
remember-
own park. I just need my own park.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I'll just do events all the time, year round.
I remember a decade ago when I went to a couple, and it was still cool. I mean, it was just getting off the ground good. And, you guys were...
And see, that's how I met Johnny. I met them at an event and was helping my girlfriend that was running the event. And she pushed me to be on the show, and then I've kind of been stuck with them. They've been stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's an OG at Cammy's Cause.
Well,
he
I-
was there like year 2, year 3.
I can't get out to them anymore. I just don't have time. That's the problem with all this promotion we're doing. We can't go to the things we promote. But I remember it when Cammy would make an appearance just for a few minutes because she was too young to be out there with everything going on.
Right, yeah.
And now she's pretty much running the show with you out there.
She runs it. She's got her own security team.
Wow.
I've seen pictures of her on stage. And
She's gained access to golf carts. I mean, all kinds of stuff, yeah.
How old is she now?
She's about to be 16 this December.
Wow.
Yeah.
she's,
That's
absolutely,
awesome.
she's absolutely gorgeous, too. I hadn't seen her in years,
She's
of course. but
fantastic. You want to hear
Just the
who's
pictures.
playing this year?
Absolutely. Let's run through that.
All right, so this year, like I said, we got 27 bands. We got Maren Hulsman, Jeremy Johnson, AJ Sandlin, Cole Woodruff, Levi Driscoll, the Twin Cats, 800-Pound Gorilla, Audio Kings, which is a combination of Audiodacity and Breakdown Kings.
Which is your band, Breakdown
it's
King.
It's our Voltron. We got Clark Whitson, Danny Almar, Chris Birch, the McDonald's, Jim Holden, Eric Pedigo, Chris Wilson, Jeff Kelly, DJ Helicon, Woe Tiger, The Breaks, Tommy, Landon Keller Band, Indica, Jomber Fox, Jen Christie, Brother Oh Brother, Moxie,
Damn.
and Chicago Loud 9.
That's awesome.
Jeez. You're going through that. Half of the bands on there have been on Brother Beercast at some point.
And you love them, right?
I love everything you just went through there.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love Jeff Kelly? That knucklehead, you meet him, he's your best friend. And
Jeff's one of
Poor
the,
guy. I
the
don't think
most
he-
polite, genuine people I've ever met. He's
Like-
just a great dude.
like Captain Selfie loves the orange over here. That's his brand. Jeff Kelly is with the plaid. I don't think I've ever seen him not in plaid.
I've seen so many memes about Jeff Kelly in plaid shirts.
And he can rock it, too.
Every time.
That's what
You're ready to color coordinate for every occasion.
I guess.
That's
yeah.
true.
Just saying.
Yeah. And if you have any hail damage or anything out there, God forbid, you can get with Kevin over here. KAB.
God forbid.
KAB. Well, I'm assuming the K is for Kevin.
And the A is for Austin, and the B is for Braden. And they're probably over there counting my money somewhere.
Oh, that's the boys that you handed your wallet to and they smiled at you and left.
I got you, Dad.
In your bucket of popcorn.
They did take my big bucket of popcorn.
I hope you didn't have
I think they're bellied up at the bar, Kevin.
That makes sense.
I hope you didn't have an extra $8 in there. That's all I'm saying. It is movie night with JL Media. Hamilton 69 Max is where we're doing it, and we're doing it live. Spider-Man Homecoming tonight. Mitch, what was your favorite thing about the movie?
Let's see.
Man.
Well, I love the kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. I loved the camaraderie between friends. There's like a lot of nuanced stuff in here. I mean, the whole sense of urgency to grow up and still be a kid and have fun and like try and be Spider-Man at the same time.
That's kind of where you and I are, Chris.
Kind of
Tell you what.
walks that high wire really well.
I'm going to be a Kids R Us kid. I don't want to grow up.
Was there a favorite part for you, Selfie?
Man, I tell you what, there's so many favorite parts in this movie. You know, and I can't say exactly what they are without giving some spoilers away, but it's really cool, the whole Tony Stark tie-ins and the Avengers tie-ins and the whole Marvel universe, the way that they bring this stuff together. It's just layer upon layer upon layer. One of the things that I noticed that I commented with a friend that went to see it, and you'll remember, is that intro that they do with Marvel and how it's come a long way from the last 5 years of all the different
For sure.
movies, and now how those little clips that they play into that, and it flashes you back to Doctor Strange and how awesome that movie was.
For sure. I think, one of the things that's great about this movie, and this is a weird thing to say, but it's about what they don't do. There's probably, I don't want to say how many villains there are, do I? But there are some villains in here, and some of the other movies, they try to do too much. Everybody gets their backstory told. Everybody gets, a history or whatever. This movie avoids those problems.
But
and
you
just
can see
kinda,
the shadowing of these villains that have been created in just this one movie.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely, some hints of the Sinister Six and some other things in there that I think are cool. But they don't waste a bunch of time with exposition and doing origin stories and stuff, which I really appreciate. Makes the story move much faster, and once you kind of get, like, okay, I get it, this guy's bad.
Yeah.
I get it, this guy's good. And then it just lets you roll with those characters, and it made it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I think everybody knows the story now, how it all got started, right? Just like with Batman.
For sure.
Yet they keep doing it over and over.
Yeah, it's just lazy writing.
They don't need to reboot anything ever. I mean, they should just assume that if you don't know what it is, you can go Google it, and they'll tell you a backstory,
Yeah, I mean, I think the only exception to that should be when they've done it wrong.
And somebody needs to make it right.
Yeah, whatever. You go back and redo the original, the prequels on Star Wars too. I don't think I would, but I could say they would be.
Now, is this movie a pretty good standalone movie if you don't know anything about any of the other universe or the other superheroes? Can you go in and watch this movie and know what's going on?
Yes, but you won't know the origin because it spends no time talking about it.
But, I mean, the rest of it.
I mean, yes. Absolutely. It's a great standalone movie. I think this movie's going to surprise people.
Right.
The feedback I've been getting from people that have seen it have said, well, I worried it was going to be too jokey. I worried I wasn't going to like the kid. I worried I wasn't going to think it was serious enough, and blah, 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 blah. And they all inevitably walk out of that movie being like, oh, it was awesome. It was so good. It was so much fun. I think...
I was afraid it was going to suck. I really was.
I got to tell you, it's not my favorite ad campaign of all time.
Yeah.
I really thought it was going to...
The movie title, I was like, oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Homecoming. And then all the artwork was like puffy stickers like from the 80s.
Right.
Which I thought was funny for a minute. And then I was like, all right, where's my rad Spider-Man poster? And it's like, more puffy stickers.
And the picture of him laying with that jacket on, laying in front of New York City or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was just like, going, really? Come on.
Yeah, but...
I thought it was going to be really bad and really cheesy.
After seeing the movie, all that stuff has context, and it's all awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all totally cool.
Marvel's they've taken over. Like, do you see DC ever competing with them? Like, honestly.
I mean, Wonder Woman was amazing.
It was.
Okay.
But it's the first thing since The Dark Knight that's been amazing.
And Dark Knight was how long ago? 10 years?
True.
Yeah, we showed it here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in our first year, I think it was 2009, right?
Right.
July of 2009.
Not
so
quite 10 years, but close, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's not very good odds,
Yeah, but I mean, I think the thing is with all these companies is they have to embrace what it is. Like DC Comics are 4-color, they're bright, they're shiny. Everybody's superpowers are massively overpowered. Superman can push a moon. Wonder Woman can beat up Superman. It's crazy. Just embrace it and embrace the fun. That's what Marvel's doing well, and that's what DC needs to work on. I thought Wonder Woman was a great first step towards doing that.
Do you think DC's ever going to have an R-rated film?
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, Suicide
Was
Squad.
that R?
I don't think it was. I think
it
it
was
was
13.
But I would say that one thing I like about what DC's doing is it feels darker and polished. It feels more human. It feels more, I don't know. I mean, Marvel's got that in there too, but with the Superman and the Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman still had that grit and that edge to it that I really like a lot.
I like it when it's done well. I agree. I think the thing that I want to see, and I'm really looking forward to this new Justice League now that I've heard that Joss Whedon is finishing it.
Oh, cool.
And, he's amazing, and he adds a real human touch to things.
I'm just trying to show off that shirt over there.
So, I think it'll be really entertaining. And we'll see. I mean, I want to see a fun Flash on the screen. Like, I love the TV show, but I want to see him pull it off on the big screen. I want to see Aquaman be less than a joke. I want I want to see them do some cool stuff.
I really did like Ben Affleck's Batman, and I really wanted to hate it.
You really liked it?
I did.
Now it's time to end the show.
I really liked it. I'm just saying, because of his age and the way he brought an older Batman to the screen, I thought it sets a stage for that other storylines to be told.
He played a great Bruce Wayne.
I'm seeing another origin story in the other lines of Batman when you get into those ones where he transitions it over to Robin and Robin takes over, so to speak, and whatnot. Those are some cool storylines that they could do now.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Heather, where can we find you online, darling?
You can find me on Facebook at Into the Woods by Heather, and you can find me on JL Media Today.
That's right. Why is that?
Because I'm on the sales team.
Yes, you are. My girl, Heather. Kevin, what about you, brother? Where
You can
we
find us
you
on
online?
Facebook and in your local neighborhood.
In our local neighborhood, especially after the storm today, like Heather was saying.
Fixing your neighbors' shutters and shingles, and
we're going to be on your neighbor's house.
And all that.
Let us climb on yours.
And all that. Jared Heiner.
Yes, sir.
Brother, where can we find everything about this great cause you've got coming up? When is Cammy's cause?
August 18th and 19th.
And you've got a fundraiser coming up before then, though.
July 18th at Fox Garden, yes.
Okay, tell us where we can find everything.
KammysCause.org, KammysKause.org. That's the website. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, all those good places as well.
What is the actual address of the event space for Cammy's Cause?
It is the American Legion Campground. It's a park. Privately owned park. It's off State Road 13. It doesn't actually have an address, although if you go to the website, we've pinged the nearest location as the address, so it'll take you right there. But yeah, it is at the park itself, not at the actual Legion post in Fortville.
But you can go in there and shake their hands anyway and thank them.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Johnny.
Chris Reed.
Yes, sir.
Captain Selfie.
Yeah.
Where are you online, brother?
Captain Selfie. Where am I not online?
That's a good question.
CaptainSelfie.com and SparksTalk.com. If you just go to CaptainSelfie.com, you can find out all about me and watch my last 20 Instagram selfies with all these gorgeous women that I get to hang out with.
Are you allowed to have any more friends on Facebook? Have you met the
No,
limit?
I'm at the limit. I have to keep finding people to delete, so I look for jackasses and I get rid of them.
Well, they can always follow you.
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, 5,000 is the limit on Facebook for a personal page.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have as many as you want on a business page or a fan page, but not on your personal page.
But I'm going to warn you single guys out there, when you're laying in bed at night all alone and sad by yourself at midnight, Chris will start posting pictures of himself with hot chicks in the bars.
I go out all the time. I'm a very social man, and I'm blessed with a lot of female friends that are like me.
But he is a
in
promoter,
their
not a
30s
pimp.
and 40s that are, no, I'm not going to pimp anybody out. But myself,
There you
I'm
go.
totally not against to that. But, the women that would pay me are not something that I'd be attracted to.
And pimping
But
your,
they got $8.
I got $8 for the D-Box.
and while pimping yourself out, they can pay you on a payment plan.
I'll work on it. We'll figure something out.
There we are. Mr. Mitch Ross,
Yes, sir.
what is the website for Hamilton 16 IMAX?
Go to GoodrichQualityTheaters.com. That's GoodrichQualityTheaters.com.
And there's a lot going on here. Just the
There is lots of summer fun.
FMG, the
Fun to be
flashbacks,
had.
the bar we've got over
Yeah,
here where I'm
advance
about
tickets.
to hit.
Don't forget to, come see all 3 Planet of the Apes movies for our Apes Festival on July 12th at 4:30 p.m. We'll be showing the modern trilogy, and tickets are $20 for that. And don't forget to buy your advance tickets for Dunkirk.
There we are. I got to get them. I got to have them. And once again, this is one of our last Friday nights. We're going to Thursday nights. Check out the website for that as well, jlmediatoday.com. Thanks, guys.
thanks, Johnny.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.